What's up, Diablo fans? As you guys know, Diablo 3 has been my shit since the day it came out in May of 2012, and we've been here on the channel playing a lot of Diablo 3 over the years. And we have Season 30 coming up, so we have a PTR coming up, and I'm going to tell you what I think about that. We don't have all the news about Season 30 yet, but what we do have is the PTR. And, of course, we've all been super busy playing Diablo 4. I've been off and on with Diablo 4, going from really kind of enjoying it for a little bit and then really not liking it that much and then bored of it and back. And so, I have a love-hate thing with Diablo 4 at this point. And because of Diablo 4, Diablo 3 really feels very repetitive after a little bit for me now, more than ever because of Diablo 4. But then when I play Diablo 4, I find myself annoyed with the progression of Diablo 4. I hate the idea of playing for hours to just mini level up your character a little bit every time. I hate that. I like more so playing 2 to 4 hours, and within that time frame, finding 1 or 2 or 3 items that are just like boom, But that doesn't really happen in Diablo 4 that much or at all. So, yeah. Anyway, PTR though, PTR is underway on the 5th of December. Rites of Sanctuary and Visions of Enmity. So based on positive community feedback, this is really cool, but also kind of like, so basically, they're bringing back this season, next season, and then they're bringing back the season before that this season, which we knew that was going to happen. What we didn't know was that that Visions of Enmity was going to come back this season. So I kind of like that because I was already thinking this to myself, like they should just permanently put this in the game. So they are doing that. So, but I don't know if that means Season 30 is that and that's it. I don't know. I don't know if they really sort of have said that here, but I think they did say that. Rites of Sanctuary and Visions of Enmity. Based on positive feedback, we saw the season themes were such a hit, we've decided to make them permanent. Players can harness the might from the altar of rites and diabolical fissures to dream up unique class builds and achieve new levels of power. So does that mean that these two things are now permanently in the game and there's going to be a seasonal theme next season? Because if that's true, that's crazy, right? So, or are they going to still rotate seasons? Because I brought this up not that long ago. I said, a lot of the seasons are kind of null and void going forward, right? No matter, one of the only seasons that comes to mind where I'm like, I think maybe you'd use that was the season where I can't even remember, where the teal items dropped. I can't even remember what they were called. I guess that was a cool season. Like, you could put that in the game. But honestly, I started thinking the other day about this. And honestly, if you took pretty much most of the seasons, all of the seasons, and you took like the top 5 or 6 things in all those seasons, and you just made them into the game, and then every season just reset. Now, that would actually be pretty cool because that would keep you busy with so many different things, right? I guess one thing you could add is you could make the cube, the 4th spot in the cube happen, but only if you find like a certain item or once you hit Paragon 500 or something. You could do something. And it's like every season would be like really crazy because you don't know what's going to happen to help you progress faster this time, right? Maybe the right primal drops. Maybe this drops. Well, this time I found a primal and I got a primal and I've got now the altar's unlocked and double primals are dropping. There's so many things going on now if that's the case. But I guess it would be just as cool if we have the altar of rites like we have the fissures of the Vision of Enmity, and then on top of that there's a theme every season that's rotating. So I guess right then and there that's pretty cool. Right there, that makes every season pretty much kind of fun. The only thing is you won't get that feeling anymore of we don't know what the season's going to be like. What's this new thing they're going to put in the game? And it kind of sucks that is going away. I almost wish that for some reason that they could release a new one every year. Once a year, they still released a brand new seasonal theme or that'd be nice. But I mean, I guess that's too much to ask in a free game that has already given us well beyond what we deserved, at this point. Class balances are coming to this season to ensure the most significant class changes receive. And there's a lot of little nerfs and buffs going on here. PTR unique buffs will be active. That's just the PTR stuff. PTR testing, they just talk about that and how to PTR test. New permanent features for the Rites of Sanctuary and Visions of Enmity. Backed by popular demand, Rites of Sanctuary and Visions of Enmity season themes have become a permanent fixture in Diablo. While we're extremely excited to make these features always available to ensure your time slaying demons remains balanced, we had to make sure some adjustments in the bonuses provided to the altar rites existed alongside Visions of Enmity. Continual season themes and adjustments to class balance. We felt the game's balance would benefit from adjustments to the Rites of Sanctuary. Here's what we changed. So I don't know. I guess these are the altar mostly, right? Like force, decreased damage from plus 100 to plus, decreased damage from to 100 from 200. Shadow is decreased missile damage reduction from 5% to 25%, or to 5% from 25%. So big, quite a big nerf there. I think some of these nerfs, I can already tell by looking at this. I was a little bit bothered by this. I thought it was too much. I was hoping that the Altar of Rites would only be nerfed 25%, but instead it's mostly been nerfed like 50 to 75%. So that kind of hurts a little bit to me. I would have rather if they went 50. I'd even take them 50-50. I wish it was 50-50. I would take that. So instead of 5, maybe 12% or something. Decreased movement speed. So now it's 10% plus 10%, not plus 25%. Increased damage against elites. Now that's only a 5% bonus, not a 15% bonus. That one's not too bad. Tenacity. Increased damage reduced to 5% instead of 20%. So, it's like a little bit, this thing ends up being an overall little bit of a buff or a jolt. I just think, I'd rather that be at 10%, not 5. But I don't know what, I don't know anything. I don't develop the game, so maybe they obviously know what I don't know. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of nerfs here, and that's the bottom line. Damage done to bosses increases to 5% instead of 50%. That is crazy, underpowered compared to what it was. I think that kind of stinks. So yeah, I get what they're trying to do here. Power Pylon has been removed from the random shrine effect. That's my favorite thing about the whole altar. That's my favorite skill that it has. My favorite benefit that it has. I still hit Q to this day. This season, I hit Q all the time, thinking that I have the altar on. So that really stinks. It won't make it as exciting to unlock this time or anymore. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I really wish they would reconsider that. And if they couldn't fix any of this and they can only fix one thing, I would add the Power Pylon back to the Shrine effect. That'd be the one thing I'd fight to the death on. But everything else, I just think they should buff it back to 10 or 15%. I don't think things that were 50 should be 5, and I don't think things that are 25 should be 5. I really think that everything should be at least 10%. That's my opinion, so I'm not really happy with that. There's class balances here that I'm not going to get into in this video, but there's some pretty decent buffs, but mostly nerfs around, which makes sense to try to balance all the classes the right way. What did they do to Mundanugu? Spirit Barrage deals 15,000 increased damage, previously 20,000, plus an additional percent equal to 5 times your mana. So, yeah, so they even nerfed Mundanugus, which I sort of get why they nerfed all these things, because otherwise all the classes would just be crushing 150s everywhere. It would be nothing. So this was done to make it a little challenging to be able, to do the 150s like crazy. I also think they should move the Paragon back up a little bit higher than, 800 or something? I think the Paragon should be at 1,000 to 1,500. Whatever it is, they need to increase that slightly by 300 points or so. That's about it, though. Like, I'm excited to see what happens. I hope that rewards remain pretty good. I have a huge question about the holiday gift. Are we getting that this season? There's the Darkening of Tristram, but last year we had the holiday gift, which gave you that little chance to maybe find cosmic wings, right? And anything you might be missing that you never found in the game. And I really enjoyed it because I'm 0 for like 3,000 something on cosmic wing runs and rainbow goblins. So I would rather find them the real way, and it would definitely feel more of an achievement to find it the real way, but I haven't found it. Hell, I haven't even found a rainbow portrait, and I've done probably, I don't know, like 8,000 portrait runs to try to find the portrait frame, and I haven't found that. Still, no portrait frame. And so if you can imagine, now try to imagine trying to find cosmic wings, how depressing it's been. So at this point, I feel like I've worked very, very, very hard over the years to try to get cosmic wings, and if it popped up in a holiday gift, I would just be happy to finally have them. So I hope they bring back the holiday gift, and I have not seen anything about that, but hopefully people will question them on Twitter. I have, but they haven't said anything. And yeah, that's it. I guess I'm going to go back to a little bit of Diablo 3 Season 29 and a little bit of Diablo 4 until the PTR releases and we can check it out, I guess. But really, I'm just looking forward to a new season for Diablo 3 because I'll always play this game. So, catch you guys later.